On behalf of the director of the show, Kelvin Kibet, I want to thank you for joining us. My name is CKS. On the show today, we're talking about dishonesty. And my guest is not a new person on the show. I just want to bring in my brother. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine.
It's been a while. You were here in July or what? August?
Some August. August, July.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. And we are now approaching New Year.
Yes.
This is the season of Christmas.
Yes.
Where people move from towns to villages, others from villages to towns, vice versa.
I don't want to talk about New Year, because if you talk about New Year, it comes with pressure. Let's talk about December. You know, December is just December.
Yeah, December is supposed to be a month of so many festivals.
Yes.
We have Christmas there. People are doing several things. To do, preparing, marrying, and all sorts of happiness that people intend to. Even though the economic situation appears to be harsh to most people, but December is here with us.
Hallelujah! December is here with us.
We have to do what we are supposed to do in December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's begin with the proverb. The proverb today is good advice is always annoying, but advice never is. What do you make of that proverb?
Yeah, you know, most people don't like, people like people who lie. People who lie have a very sweet language, convincing. Are you getting? But you see, hitting to good advice can make somebody towards success, isn't it? You can go towards success if you hit good advice. You may not need hit money, but you see, you need wisdom. Wisdom means you are properly advised. And you know, in the Bible, Solomon never asked for money. He said, God, give me the wisdom I need so that I can lead the people. So wisdom is bigger than anything else. Because everything will follow when you have wisdom, when God gives you wisdom. Yeah.
You want to say that bad advice can't give you wisdom?
Pardon?
Bad advice cannot give you wisdom.
How? you know, they say that when you are rude, when you are arrogant, then wisdom escapes through the window. It's that you are left alone. You are left alone. So I think it is wisdom is key in discharging what God has given you to do for the people. Yes, it's very important.
We're talking about dishonesty. How do you rate the prevalence of dishonesty in the region? Lying, cheating, you see, acts of deception in the Western region. It's so prevalent.
You know,
how do you rate
the dishonest can range from several other things. For example, if you are, for example, arrested by the police here, and then they say, where do you come from? You say, no, I am rushing for a meeting. And specifically, you are not rushing for a meeting.
Because you want to...
You want to not avoid such a thing. But you see, generally, dishonest in the region is what prevails. Many people are very dishonest. In fact, starting from the political class, isn't it? Because they know that if you are honest, if you are truthful, isn't it? People may not take you serious, because most people will want lies. Most people will want people who exaggerate things. Are you getting? For what we call quick fixes. Are you getting? Because you see, like most people are carried by what the political class usually do, but what the political class do is about 90% of what they tell the people. It is lies. So they are being dishonest. They are being unrealistic. You know, they promise heaven when they cannot deliver the earth. You get it? So, most people in the region are very dishonest, very dishonest. Most people.
So you say, if you are to rate, it's like well over 90%, 95.
Exactly.
Is the phenomenon a long-standing issue, or it's just emerging?
No, it is just, you know, when somebody is dishonest in most things, it means he or she is not a serious person. Serious people are not dishonest. Serious people will just tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. Listen, they will say, this is what is it. But you see now, our people don't like people who talk the truth. Our people like people who exaggerate, people who will tell lies, so that they can achieve their quick fixes.
You are saying serious people don't tell lies.
Exactly.
Well, it means deception is not being serious in life.
Exactly. If you are a liar, if you are a dishonest, that means you are not serious in life. Are you getting it? Because if it can go that equal way, then you will end up in jail if you are dishonest anyway. Yeah? So, people who cheat, people who are deceptive, they are not serious people in life. They take life for granted. They take everybody for granted. They take masses for granted for their own personal gains. Are you getting it? So people who are dishonest are not serious people in life, and they cannot steer the country towards success because they themselves are deceptive. They themselves are dishonest. What they say is nothing other than lies. Are you getting it? And you know, the so-called 10 commandments tells you that don't kill, don't lie. Are you getting it? You have to be honest, isn't it? And Jesus says that do something, or what I do for you, it has to be, when you do it for me, I will be okay. But the people don't adhere to that particular philosophy. The commandment is people can lie even in broad daylight. People are dishonest. You know, we have here, we deal with some of the cases, and you can see somebody sells you land, isn't it? You have a clear agreement that saying that, okay, Kidui has sold me land, and I have paid. After some time, I say, no, I never sold him land. I leased him.
But then the agreement says you sold.
The argument says you sold. And then our courts now start entertaining it. So many cases here are in court because of dishonest in land matters, dishonest in marriage, dishonest almost every.
So every aspect of life of the people of Western Kenya is muddled with
so many political, I don't know what name them.
What is the cause? What causes this? Is it a cultural shift? Are we changing from our?
I don't know whether it is inherent, but I think it is because of. I think it is because of what we call, I don't know how I can call it. I pay the word for it, but it is because of, you call it love or something. It's the people wanting things within a short time, quick fixes. You want to now move from here, you want to get this, you want to get everything at once, and that is why in our institutional wealth, people will say that, okay, you start with a hen, then when they multiply,
you go into a goat.
You go into a goat,
and then a ng'ombe.
Then a ng'ombe, then you go up. But you see, in some other instances, people will have a chicken or a hen, isn't it? When it lays eggs, it now produces calves instead of chickens.
So you can do anything.
You can do
make
anything.
Calves from eggs.
From eggs.
Okay, that's interesting.
That's a very interesting thing. You know, People want to be very rich within a short time, isn't it?
So that urge, that desire to change life, to grow wealth like within months, is what makes people become dishonest.
Exactly. You want
but that's not a cultural thing.
You know, the world changes, isn't it? Directions, because during the people travel, people are in the US, people are in South Africa, people are everywhere. They start copying culture from other cultures. And then it is incorporated within our culture. Yeah. So, but then there is,
but then you see, in the recent past, I've been hearing something called wash. It means those who have made it have been told that they belong to the wash club.
That is part of dishonest. Are you getting? Because wash, it does not mean that you are doing something. What you are getting is that you are doing what we call illegal activities to now swindle money from people. That is being dishonest.
It's still but then sometimes
you don't do the right thing to get money. For example, a hen cannot hatch calves, and wash means a hen can hatch several calves
in one go. Could that be behind the urge to betting? Because betting is now a multi-billion industry.
Yes, that is one of it.
And Western Kenya is attracting quite a bit of the
it is because they want quick fixes. When you go in those betting shops within this region, they are packed, isn't it?
Because someone is trying to make
exactly a fortune out of that, instead of possibly people going into farms. Isn't it? People will go towards that, and then you can see this in matatus. You bought a matatu at Bugembe or a whole station, then they told say asks money from the tribe. Say, you know, one person has entered, so you give me 50 shillings, and I will sit and say, okay, where are you going? When the man does not have a vehicle, isn't it? You say, okay, I am going to Kisumu. Then the vehicle comes and say, hey, I brought in a passenger who is called the Kisumu, so you give me 50 shillings. It is in all sort of manner of people who are idlers, people who don't work hard. People who want to harvest where they have not sown. Are you getting it? And like other any place, and you can see it can be reflected in so many things. When I was analyzing the 2022 elections, the number of eligible voters, people who are 18 years and above, for example, in Bungoma, there were 936,000 people who are eligible, according to the Kenya Bureau of Statistics, and then the registration of persons. You know, out of those 936 people, we have about 646,000 people registered as voters, leaving
a whole 300,000.
A whole 300,000, isn't it? Then when you come to voting, out of those 646 people who registered, then 405 turned out to vote, hitting a whole number. So adding, isn't it, a number of people, eligible people, who did not participate in an election, there are more than those people who participated.
Like the whole of 500,000 people never went out to vote.
Exactly.
And then they expect returns from
this. It is even in Kakamega. In Kakamega, we have about 1.1 million people who are eligible to register and vote, but 844,000 registered. Out of 844, another 503 turned out to vote.
So leaving out a huge chunk, over a half of those who turned up to vote.
More than. In all scenarios, more than. Because in Bungoma, out of 100 people who registered, only 62 turned out to vote. In Kakamega, 100 people, 59 turned out to vote. It's the whole junk, isn't it? Because of people wanting quick fixes. When you are on the line monitoring election, you see people standing. Oh, okay. I vote for who? Give me something to go and vote for you. Quick fixes, isn't it? Being dishonest, people not knowing the real meaning of casting a vote, the value of casting a vote. Are you getting? And the value of representation that that person is entitled to.
So you are saying this dishonest lifestyle in the region
Yes.
comes from the political side.
Exactly.
It is the
What's
political
political
side that influenced the communities.
Yes, look at it even from after the 1992 general elections, isn't it? People in this region were in Fort Kenya and then Fort Yasiri. And then all of a sudden, in the entire Kakamega County, people defected from Fort Yasiri to Kano, leaving Martin Shikuka alone. That is dishonest. Are you getting? And you know, it is like...
Who defected? The politicians or the entire population?
No, politicians.
Okay.
The likes of Wapiriwa, who they defected. Dumped Fort Yasiri, moved to Kano and the APC. That is also being dishonest. Are you getting? And with the politicians, you may say that, you know, a chameleon. A chameleon, when a chameleon will move from one tree to another tree, changing colors.
Wherever you are, you look like the place you are.
The place you are. And you know, the changing colors of a chameleon is not for beauty, it's for survival.
It's called uniform.
It's called uniform. It is for survival.
Uniformity, you have to look like, yeah.
Yes, whatever we do here, this dishonest is specifically for survival. Are you getting? And it has never assisted this community. It has never. Is it that you are interested on what to eat today, and you don't even know what you will get tomorrow? I think that is the biggest problem in the region, is that the people in this region across, isn't it? Be it from even religious organizations, political class, from the region here, people are very dishonest. Very dishonest, in fact. If you have worked in Western, you Bungoma, Trans Nzoia, Kakamega, and everybody, you will see that if we are such that it can be done, then we can be one of the most dishonest people.
Now, look at it this way.
Yes.
If that is the picture, you see, I walk around in the villages,
Yes.
and you see that there is specific defense mechanism from the masses because they don't trust each other. People who have stayed together for as long as their life is, but they don't trust their neighbors.
Yes.
They keep on having conversations that tend to protect themselves against each other. Then, strangely, the government brings in Nyumba Kumi. Then Nyumba Kumi becomes the latest weapon to be used by some people against the others. So these Nyumba Kumi fellows, the largest or the biggest statement around it is that security, but in reality they are doing less than security. Exactly. They're actually trying to like create boundaries among the neighbors who have lived together for a long time. When you ask the right questions, you tend to be told because they have nothing else to do. Is that really what's happening?
Yeah, exactly. That's what is happening. And you know, we have the so-called Nyumba Kumi, and then we have also a conflict between Nyumba Kumi and what we call community policing. Community policing emanates from the side of the police. Nyumba Kumi emanates from the side of administration. So there are always conflicting interests between Nyumba Kumi and then community policing, each trying to now master the so-called superiority. Are you getting? But another serious point of the dishonest is cooperatives. Are you getting? Other areas across the country, like in Kisii, like in the Central, have managed to develop through cooperatives, isn't it? But because of dishonesty, our region has not acted well in terms of cooperatives. Are you getting it? Is that in other areas, people develop because of what we call corporate wealth. Isn't it? People come together. But here, people will hardly come together for a common purpose.
Well, cooperatives, when the movement started in the 60s, it started here. And we excelled so well that we exported the idea.
Exactly.
Now, what happened? Did we really export the idea, or the idea moved away?
No, that noble idea, other people took it and then utilized it. Because now, where cooperatives are not doing well, it is in Bungoma here, isn't it? In the Bungoma and the entire thing. And then people don't want to now come together, form a company and do business so that they can get money. They will literally disagree within a short time, so that each now person does his own work. Are you getting? So coming together also, people are suspicious of each other. People feel, if we do with this man, he will just eat our manage APC. So that, it is like, for example, you look at what we call corporate wealth, like Indians here, isn't it? You will see Sharifs, Khetias died a long time ago. But that name still exists, isn't it?
Because of the sons.
Because of the sons and because of what we call corporate wealth. Are you getting? You see now people like the Nikisis in this town and all over, they are in cooperatives, isn't it? They are buying plots. They contribute towards you, you buy, then it is like a merry-go-round on serious issues. But for us, because of that dishonesty among ourselves, we can't come together as a group of 10 people or 100 people to do specific.
Because when we do that, we start.
We are suspicious that if we do it, then Kitui will be the one who will benefit from it.
We start changing each other before even the idea starts.
Exactly, before it starts. Look at here the vehicles here, PSV vehicles. You look at the Bungoma line, you look at Chiweza. None of it belongs to our people. No, you get it. So that today, if you want to go to Nairobi, you use shuttles. That money is directly taken to the person from Central Kenya. Directly.
The issue is this.
Yeah.
When dishonesty is prevalent, when acts of dishonest are as prevalent as they are, it affects us economically.
Absolutely. It affects us economically, it affects us even politically. You know, you get it. Is that for example now, you look at Busia County, you look at Vika County, you look at Kakamega County. Then each county is suspicious of each other. That thing is not in Rift Valley, that thing is not in Central. Are you getting it? Is that people are suspicious of it. You remember in last month? No, it was this year. Some month of when we had the Madaraka Day here.
In June,
June 1st. We saw the leaders from Kakamega saying that no, Mheshimiwa Speaker Wetangula is trying to move the headquarters of Western from Kakamega to Bungoma, or the migration offices have been moved to Bungoma, an airstrip. That is being the dishonesty, and that is the suspicion that cannot make this region grow. Are you getting it?
So you are saying when we, the masses, see politicians making such a comment, then we become wary of each other. We don't trust each other.
For absolutely no good reason. No, you get it? When you say that, they are moving the development from, say, Busia, Vika to Kakamega, Kiwanjaleke, Sichiti. Now, what do you mean? Is that any airstrip within this region belongs to all of us. Be it in Bungoma, be it in Busia, be it in Kakamega, we should be proud. Because it is a positive. But now, seeing a project being done, and in Busia, for example, and then a man from Bungoma said that no, it should not be in Busia, I think that is being dishonest, and that is being mistrust that cannot even assist the region to grow.
When we come back after the break, we will go further into this conversation because it's getting more juicier. I'm wondering where we went wrong. But before we go to the break, I just want to tell you this, that every time you want your child to go to a TVET institution that is private, think about JFC Munene College of Health Sciences. This is a place where boys and girls, or men and women, are trained to become compassionate, deep skilled and deeply compassionate ethical leaders who can make a change, a positive contribution, and impact any healthcare working system. In a bit, we'll be back.
For the future. Welcome to JFC Munene Colleges, where education meets innovation. Our mission is to provide our students with a world-class education that prepares them for the future. We offer theater technology, orthopedic technology, mortuary science, science lab technology, counseling psychology. At the College of Business Technology, we offer hospitality, business and accountancy, fashion and design. We are not just preparing our students for the future, we are shaping it. Come join us at JFC Munene College of Health Sciences, where the possibilities are endless.
West TV, tazama ilivyo.
Naam, ili kujenga jamii inayojielewa lakini pia kufuatilia masuala ya kijamii, kiuchumi na kisiasa. Fuatilia Hoja ya West TV kila Jumatatu saa 1 hadi saa 2 jioni.
Our concern was kwa nini how upload these budget documents?
How can a woman disappear from the cells?
Na wahakikishia hatua itachukuliwa na nyinyi mtaridhika.
Pata maelezo ya kina tunapokuletea wachanganuzi na wadadisi wa kuaminika.
Hatuna mahali pa kuuzia vitu
kijamii, kisiasa lakini pia kiuchumi.
Lakini hivyo ndio vile ilivyo.
Saizi inabidi tuzunguke. Imebidi wa mama tungangane, tumuvurute, tumutoe kwa maji.
Tukikuletea uchanganuzi wa kina kuhusu masuala yanayotuhusu katika kaunti za magharibi na vilevile katika taifa zima la Kenya.
Akikuja awe mwingine atafungwa miaka 5.
Kumbuka ni kila Jumatatu saa 1 hadi saa 2 jioni.
Welcome to JFC Munene Colleges, where education meets innovation. Our mission is to provide our students with a world-class education that prepares them for the future. We offer theater technology, orthopedic technology, mortuary science, science lab technology, counseling psychology. At the College of Business Technology, we offer hospitality, business and accountancy, fashion and design. We are not just preparing our students for the future, we are shaping it. Come join us at JFC Munene College of Health Sciences, where the possibilities are endless.
Wakati wanatenga fedha, wakumbuke hawa mama mashinani.
Wanasema mwanamke ni nguzo ya jamii, na hapa kwenye West TV Staftahi
tumejifunza maneno mengi ambayo tulikuwa tujui.
Kila siku ya Jumatano tunaangazia hatua wanazopiga wanawake hawa.
Na naweka gunia kwa mlango, alafu napanda mboga.
We will not go into harambes again.
Zungumzia uongozi, malezi, kilimo na hata afya.
Siwezi kuavote shilingi 350.
Nataka tuchue. Kama ni mbaya, mkuambie tukae nyumbani ama tufanye nini?
Hawana hata maji. Akitafuta mtu amletee maji kwa mtoni, mtu anamuitisha 50 bob.
Ni hapa kwenye West TV Staftahi kila siku ya Jumatano.
Wengi walikuwa washakuwa psychologically prepared according to how they voted.
Kuanzia saa 2 hadi saa 3 kiwa nami Ruth Songa.
West TV, tazama ilivyo.
Welcome to JFC Munene Colleges, where education meets innovation. Our mission is to provide our students with a world-class education that prepares them for the future. We offer theater technology, orthopedic technology, mortuary science, science lab technology, counseling psychology. At the College of Business Technology, we offer hospitality, business and accountancy, fashion and design. We are not just preparing our students for the future, we are shaping it. Come join us at JFC Munene College of Health Sciences, where the possibilities are endless.
It's now 25 minutes to 10 o'clock. We continue with the conversation. You see, at JFC Munene College of Health Sciences, they don't just train your children, or they don't just train you, but they also help you get an attachment. They have a network of placements where they place attachments in and outside the country. They are offering those trainees offered opportunities to test their skills in the real workplace, guided and supported by the institution. So it's not chameleons or animals that they will train you and send you to go and find your own attachment. No, they'll help you get attached somewhere, gain the necessary skills and exposure to whatever training you are undertaking. And in the end, I think that's why they are graduates or graduates or boys and girls who come out of there are dependable and ethical leaders. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Please follow this conversation on X, WestTV_Kenya. You can always leave your comment there. You can always follow me at Mr. Kitui. Leave a comment, and whatever your thoughts are on these conversations, I'll really appreciate. This show is always on YouTube. Please leave a comment, and we keep on saying thank you for that. My brother,
no.
These dishonesty things,
yes,
in some places, the high end, the big things led by politicians, that one is very visible. We can be able to see. We can be able to see what a politician said and they didn't do. Yeah? But then on our level, look at the workspaces. Look at a shop, for example. You have a shop and a shopkeeper. You've employed 2 or 3 guys there. Those 3 guys who are employed in your shop will, at some point, try to shortchange you. You are there, but they're shortchanging you. And it's very prevalent. Someone comes to work in your farm, and then they are just not very honest. They will steal from you. They are working. You see, when it's harvest season, guys will harvest maize and hide it. They'll sneak by later to carry it away. Yet you've paid them. So what is it that makes people start having those kind of behaviors? In an office like ours here, someone will want to cheat the system so that you can carry home a bit of coins. Is it because we are so we're so poor, we're so we need of this very much money that we cannot just be honest and follow the right channels of earning this money?
You know, such a things will show you that you stop thinking big, you stop thinking wide, because you cannot. If for example you are now working in an institution, when you are a shopkeeper now, and you know that is part of your livelihood, isn't it? Why do you work towards its failure? That means you will also lose employment.
Stealing from your employer is sabotaging your employer.
It's sabotaging your employer, isn't it? And that is sabotaging the work that fits you, instead of working towards procreation, so that within 2 or 3 years, this institution employs another person like you. You continue adding, you add, other than reducing. So I think it is people lacking what you call a bigger picture on how you can develop.
It's called ambition.
Exactly. A big ambition is that you don't care. You don't care. And that don't care attitude is what we call tokenism. And that is why the region has remained behind in so many other things. Is that if you are working, because you know it is this work that fits you. It is this particular institution that you get money in and take your children to school. It is this that you do. Then why can you be so honest in it, so that you sustain it, so that even your child also can be employed in that particular institution? But because you are what you call a short-term man, short fixes, you still here, then you are arraigned in court, you are arrested, that company collapses, other people are sacked, isn't it? You are also sacked, imprisoned. Now, we must work towards developing institutions.
Yes.
Where we are working, if it is West FM, it is whatever, can you develop it as a person who is employed here? Can you make sure that these institutions, you leave it better than
how you found it?
How you found it, isn't it? That is what we don't have. These quick fixes, these short-term ambitions, isn't it? It's the one that is killing. Look at even in these areas, you look like factories, coffee factories, isn't it? People go there to loot other than developing those institutions.
Because whatever you are producing there,
yes,
it has a market.
It
has official channels to reaching the market. But then you get creative in that factory setting to carry out or to smuggle out some of the products for your own line of marketing that you've created.
Yeah. It is like if you have Sukuma wiki in a compound, you merely pin on one leaf, isn't it? Other than uprooting it and then taking it at home, you eat so much on that day,
and then the rest go to waste.
The rest go to waste. That is institutional maintenance that we don't have that spirit of saying that let us develop this, isn't it? We go there with the aim of failing it, with the aim of making quick fixes. You say, okay, provided I've stolen money from here, I've built my house, I've built my shop, then I don't care. Then you are not a good person, isn't it? Because if the people who worked there first failed it, then you could not be employed in that particular place. So sustaining work, sustaining institutions that feeds us, isn't it, must be paramount so that it is continuous. It is like a school, isn't it? Many people went through Kamisinga High School. It is still there. Many people went through Jesamisi High School. It is still there. Many people went through Kakamega High School, Bunyore, Butere, but they are still there.
Yes.
That is what we should do.
We should make sure that wherever we find, we don't just leave it as is, but we leave it improved.
Improved, better than you found it.
Found it,
isn't it? That is what we don't have in our imaginations. So that you have a shop that is fitting you, isn't it? Then you steal little money from there, you make it fail, isn't it? You won't get fees. You will be at home, you will move around, so mimi kazi ilikwisha, all those other things. Other than maintaining and sustaining that particular institution for prosperity, for the future, you fail it, isn't it? Because you are greedy. You fail it because you are jealous of other people, isn't it, coming into it. And then developing as it is. I think that is one of the worst mindset of being dishonest, is that we must develop institutions. Whatever institution is there, so that it continues. Are you getting it? It continues because many people will be coming, work through it, isn't it? You see, like here, where STFM, many people are working here, going into other institutions, and that is progress. So you develop this institution for the future, isn't it? Other than making it fail because of your personal interest. Are you getting it? And it can be fitted in so many things. Coffee factories, isn't it? Sugarcane factories. You look at Zoya, you look at. People go there not to make those institutions develop and assist the people. They go there simply, get money from it, fail it, loot
don't care whether, if you loot it, the bigger you loot it, the better. Because the government will still bring in more money.
Bring in more money, and then it goes on. Farmers are not paid, and you see, you create a lot of poverty because of mismanagement, isn't it? You look at what is happening at Nimo University. So, some people, isn't it, have what we call capacity limitations. They cannot manage these other things. So it is also important for the people to know whom do you put there. For example, Nini, Kitui, if you have a family, isn't it? And possibly you can't go to the supermarket, and you have say like 50,000 or 100,000 for now shopping. Do you give that money to a class 2 child?
No.
Are you getting it? If you have a university graduate, or if your child is a university graduate, then he has the capacity, or she has the capacity to kind of do shopping with 100,000, but not a class 2 child, isn't it? So this is what we call capacity limitation in terms of even assigning the political, isn't it, leadership in this country. Do this person have the capacity to improve and manage these resources? If the answer is no, then why give him, isn't it? 50,000, you can't give a class 2 child to kind of do shopping in the supermarket. He or she doesn't know, isn't it? The knowledge capacity is not there. It's not there. University graduate, yes, you can say, yes, my son, you make what you want, yes, give him a vehicle and I go. He will manage that money. But at class 2, class 4, even just the people will blame you to be.
Why did you trust so much
with this person, when you know the person has the knowledge capacity, isn't it? He has what we call capacity limitation, isn't it? He cannot figure out with 100,000 shillings.
And that is why, that's why those who know our weakness are riding on that to get wealth from us. For example, those who are betting, who are driving the betting agencies, they are actually capitalizing on our ignorance.
Exactly.
Because they tend to promise what you are hardly going to achieve.
Exactly. They will promise heaven when they cannot deliver the earth. Are you getting it? Yeah. So such things are very, very important. Is that we must also, people must be very keen. Is that who is this person? For example, we are electing to be a governor. We are electing to be an MP. We are electing to be an MC. Does this person have the requisite capacity? Isn't it? Is he honest? Are you getting? Will he be honest with our resources? Those are things that our people don't go deep into. I've been in central sometimes that if for example, where the tea farmers, isn't it? If you are not a tea farmer, don't even attempt to contest for a seat.
Because you don't know what...
You are not one of them.
Yes.
In short.
You don't feel them. You don't share their promises. Or
Exactly.
you don't share what they feel, what they go through.
Exactly. But here, in the Bungoma, even the Gagameka, you are a sugarcane farmer. You elect an MP who know next to nothing about sugarcane farming.
He doesn't have an idea what goes into it.
Exactly.
But then how do people outside the region view Western Kenya region?
In fact, they feel us as people who are literally ignorant. That is what I can get. How do you elect? You are a sugarcane farmer. You are electing an MP who know next to nothing about sugar farming.
So you cannot even articulate.
You are a co-farmer,
yes,
isn't it? You are electing an MP who know next to nothing
about coffee.
They can't even plant the coffee. Yeah. He has no plantation. So when you are crying out that money has not been paid to farmers, he's not one of you. Are you getting it? That is the disconnect, isn't it, between the representation and the people? Is that people elect one of their own? Are you getting it? When we go in outside the country, is that they say that human rights groups, you can't represent human rights groups because you are a part and a parcel of human rights issues, isn't it? You cannot be from the agriculture sector and you can't represent the human rights issues. You are not aware of it. So there's a disconnect between electing leaders who are not part of the masses, who are not part of what the masses are economically involved in.
And they don't represent.
And that is the biggest disconnect. So he can't represent your interests because he's not one of you.
But then the civil society has also failed because you've not educated us enough for people of Western to know, how to live honestly among ourselves.
No. our people don't want knowledge. Our people don't want issue-based leadership. They want kitu kidogo. That is the biggest.
Quick fixes.
Quick fixes. Umeongea vizuri, you have talked well. But can you drop something for us? Isn't it? So people in this region, people are not interested in knowledge. No, people are interested in quick fixes. And you know that's why they will elect you today is Tuesday. You are elected today. Then on Monday they say, okay, let us wait for Kitui in 5 years.
Because
immediately,
what were they expecting when they elected you?
What are you expecting? What do you want from this particular leader when you voted for him? For example, isn't it? What were your expectations? The expectation was 50 shillings, isn't it? You have passed him in the streets and you have not talked to 50 shillings. 50 shillings, they say, okay, this man, let me wait for him in 2027. Isn't it? 2 months, hardly 2 months when somebody is elected. So you will see now people talking about, oh, we did elect the bad persons, you elected who. It is because we don't elect the people, isn't it, who are part of us. Are you getting? In terms of our livelihoods, and I've explained, when you are a sugarcane growing from a sugarcane growing area, we must elect a person who is who is one of us. And being one of us is that you must also have a plantation of sugarcane so that you feel our problems. Are you getting? But you are electing a person, isn't it, who does not even understand what sugarcane is, isn't it? You elect a senator who does not plant sugarcane when this one is sugarcane growing area. You elect somebody from a coffee region who does not do farming. Then you are electing a person who is not one of you. Are you getting it? In terms of economic, isn't it? And all those. So now that becomes the disconnect from it.
One final question.
Yes.
What intervention should we put in place, and who should drive the interventions?
You know, we should advance what we call what we lack in this region is political education. Most people are not. Forget about this ordinary civic education. We were talking about political education, isn't it? We must analyze the so-called political economy of this region and how politics fits into that political economy, isn't it? And then the people who can fit into that particular political economy. That is what we lack. That is a disconnect. Are you getting?
So we fix that.
Exactly.
We fix the issue at hand.
Exactly. Now, why is Raila very relevant in any regime? Why is Raila Odinga relevant in every regime? He was relevant during Moi's time. Moi invited him. He was relevant during Kivaki's time. He was relevant during Uhuru's time. He is currently relevant during Ruto's time. Despite Ruto saying Kitendawili, I will never talk to him. Isn't it? Raila has fixed Ruto to now talk to him and accept what Raila wants. Isn't it? Why?
Well, when you say relevant, means relevant to who?
To the political dispensation of the day.
We can feel any way we want, but as long as it's relevant to the political.
You know why I'm fan for example, now Raila, isn't it? He did not depend Raila, President William Ruto could not have impeached Kachagwa. You get it? So yeah, relevant, that means is that the people he leads, isn't it, are politically aware. They have a lot of political education. They know what politics means. They know how they come together. For example, for instance, ODM has about 86 members of parliament. Are you getting? You move in a government with 86 members of parliament, then you leave speaker here with about 5 of them. You leave Mudavadi with 6. You look at, isn't it? So that's what I mean, is that the people should unite, isn't it? If people from this region knew the meaning of what we call being politically relevant, they should unite, isn't it? And come up with the numbers that Raila is using, isn't it, to be politically relevant in any political dispensation.
So it is political education they need.
Exactly. People lack political education.
Who should drive that?
And you know, politicians won't do it because they know that the more people are enlightened, they will be in trouble. But it is the civil society groups that we can do it. Is that we can assist in educating people what it means, the meaning of numbers, isn't it? How numbers can assist the community to further their political whatever. And that is why you can say, if now Raila leaves Ruto will be in trouble, isn't it? He has brought in the 6 members of parliament, are you getting? And then Kachako has also divided that, so that if now Kachako continue moving out with the people, then ODM is likely to be the majority party. You get it? So you have numbers. When you have numbers, they say the greatness of the king depends on how many people you rule. You rule. It is not how big, how tall, how articulate you are in English, how articulate you are in Kiswahili, isn't it? It is how many people are behind you. Are you getting?
Okay.
So the more members of parliament you have in your party, the more relevant you are.
So it means for us to make sense as a community, we must understand who should be able to drive our agenda.
Exactly.
And our the first agenda on the first item on the agenda is dealing with our dishonesty.
Exactly. We have to deal with our dishonesty. That is the first thing.
Okay.
Is it?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening in the conversation. Thank you for following the conversation, and thank you, Mr. Bonya Job, for taking time to just come to talk to us on this very sensitive issue. At some point, I'm sure some people are not very careful. They're not very free to talk about such a things because it may cost them their livelihood. But then some people will say, let come what may, we're going to tell you you are not honest. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, let's conclude by just thanking the sponsors of the show. JFC, Munene College of Health Sciences. These are the people I told you, they'll give you attachment. When you go to that school, you're not coming out free. You're coming out with a job placement, possibly. I'm told they have connections with international job markets. If you're interested to work somewhere else in this continent or in this world, I'm told the first requirement when you join that college is a passport. You see, you need to have that passport because tomorrow you never know what will become, what will become of you. Your gifting will open doors for you. It is a hospital-based training institution. So whatever they are training those services that are supposed system in a hospital setting. They are very pocket friendly. You need to interact with them, and you see, the market registered courses they offer, they are relevant even to your day-to-day life. So you'll be able to get the knowledge, you'll be posted, you'll get a working space. If you are training on a trade or a skill that you can be able to employ yourself, you'll not just employ yourself, but employ others so that you can be able to build your society. Check it out. Their website is www.jfcollege.ac.ke. I'll encourage you to talk to the principal, 0721 418 761. Talk to them and they'll be able to guide you appropriately. Thank you so much for you who are on our social media. Keep it there. Keep those comments coming. I'll really look forward to interacting with you a lot more. Thank you so much. On behalf of the director of the show, Kelvin Kibet, this is CKS.
Parting shot.
Welcome to JFC Munene Colleges, where education meets innovation. Our mission is to provide our students with a world-class education that prepares them for the future. We offer theater technology, orthopedic technology, mortuary science, science lab technology, counseling psychology. At the College of Business Technology, we offer